Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you all are doing good. You might have already known the topic to be discussed. Yes, we will be discussing over interface. This is not a programming language agnostic video. We use interface in most of the language, and also we do use interface in the daily life. So yes, but how and why to use interface is the question. How important it is to use interface while programming. We will take a look over interface into this video. So yes, let's start with it. So first of all, what interface provides us with is the abstraction. Even if you Google the definition, it says I've already opened it. So it says a data type that acts as an abstraction of class. Yes, so basically it's an abstraction. So, if we say, take an example of layman, we basically have televisions at our home or anywhere. So, for controlling that television, we have a device called remote control. So that controller is basically an interface to a television. With the click of a button, the television reacts. So that is basically an interface. We can also say switchboard. Switchboard is an interface. So yes, and it also provides an abstraction of how that particular television or the switchboard and everything works in the background. So the layman should not be knowing how that particular device is working. So we can also say it as in contract. So the contract is basically we should be providing this thing. If we say a power socket, then we should be just plugging it into the socket, and the background logic would actually work. Not the background logic, but the electricity would come directly to your device. Even the television, by the click of the button in the remote control, you don't know what exactly is working behind that button click. But yes, and the television is reacting on based of that. So basically the logic behind that is already abstracted. Other thing that is a contract between two parties. So whenever if we take a example of television again, so it's basically a contract between a remote control and the television. Whatever button you click, the television reacts on based of that button. So it's basically a contract. Even if we say whenever you enroll into anything, let's say subscribing or enrolling into a job, enrolling anywhere. So first you need to sign something. That's basically a contract. So for before starting something, before um, party starts working on something, it's basically a contract. So contract, we can say a interface. How basically a interface is a contract, we will also see with the terms of example, the coding example. Also, the third part, which is important, most important thing is dynamic behavior switching that interface allows us to do. Even that we will see in the coding example. Yes, so let's start with it first. We already understood how the abstraction with the layman term, but yes, let's see how exactly is that working out. So let's put it as a interface. So let's take an example of um, payment, and what we do is pay the amount. You can take a float 32 for now. Yes. So basically, if we say, if we go on the any of the e-commerce website, at the time of checkout or payment, we see these options of payment, and there are multiple options, I can say. Let's take a multiple option as a credit card, debit card, anything, pay later, or whatever it is. So basically, what exactly is happening behind the once we click that button is totally an abstraction. So the user would not be able to see what exactly is happening behind the door. So yes, this pay we need to implement for, let's say we already talked about the types of modes. So debit card. So let's see, type is debit card with the struct, and this needs to be the pay needs to be implemented whatever the payment we have declared into the interface payment. So this function basically needs to be implemented first so that the payment should be done. So debit card pay, I will be just printing it out how much it is paying. So let's see. Mm, Payment of percentage D USD is made through debit card. Now let's say we also have the payment mode called credit card. Okay, this is through credit card. Here we have not defined amount. Now it works. Yes. Pay with credit card. Pay amount. Yes. Payment of percentage is made through credit card and amount. Now let's say that we also have one more mode of payment. Take a hypothetical example of if we are taking a loan to pay the amount. Percentage is made through loan. Yes. Okay. Wrong argument. F. Yes. So the user while making a payment will not have any idea how this pay is exactly working. It's just an agreement or contract between two parties, or the payment gateway and the user, or the application and the payment gateway, that the application should just be using the pay. Even if we say in the we are using REST APIs, so REST API is also interface. This is basically a contract between two things where how the interaction, how the request and response would work. So that is basically an interface in layman term to understand it very simple. Yes. So now, in order to have a credit card, payment through credit card, we just need to call a pay. And how exactly this logic would work, we or the user should not be working. So we should not be knowing. This is the contract. First thing is abstraction. How this works is not known, so that is abstraction. One has to implement this particular declared method, declared function, so that the contract is actually fulfilled. And the third thing, which is most important in terms of programming, is the dynamic behavior switching. So we will see how that basically works. Let's say the user while checking out the product on the e-commerce website, he needs to make a payment and he selects a debit card mode. So debit card, before that I for interface of payment, And this debit card I, we are passing this object to an interface, and this is done. So if I say now I dot pay amount of, let's say, 500 USDs, go ran main dot go. If you see, yes, we are making a payment of 500 USD through debit card. Now let's say other user comes and makes a payment through another mode. It might be a loan, let's say loan, and it creates an object of loan. So while user selected loan, now the payment would be made by loan, and here we should be seeing this particular message. Now you see the payment of 500 USD is made through loan. So this is basically a dynamic behavior switching. Now let's see if the user wants to make a payment by credit card. Credit card was object of credit, and then yes, if you see, payment of 500 USD is made through credit card. So this is the most important aspect of interface, we could say. What it provides is the dynamic switching. And other thing which is also important is the extensibility, we say. So let's say if we going forward, if we encounter a new kind of payment method, for now just take it as a test method. So now what happens? Test method, we have we provided a test method, and then yes, made a payment of 500 made through test method. So basically what we have here is the extensibility of code extensibility, we can say, because without touching the earlier version of code or earlier other methods or modes of payment, we introduced a new payment method, and with that payment method we have extended just by implementing this interface into the new payment method. Yes, so basically this was just an interface. The importance why we should be using interface: first is abstraction, second is contract between two parties, and the third is dynamic behavior switching, which is the most important. Yeah, that's all for this video. I hope I made it clear to understand this interface in the really simple manner. If any suggestion or questions, please do ask it in the comment box. I will be really happy to help. Please do like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot.